To call the East China Townhip Board meeting for May 19th, 2025 to order. Please call it.
Roll call, Supervisor Westrick. Clerk Smith here, Treasurer Horn.
Here.
Trustee Babel. Here. Trustee Bebuk. Here. Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Richley.
Here.
Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go Panthers and Dallas Stars.
All right, approve agenda. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. I don't have anything different.
So move. Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes, same thing. Chance to look those over.
I have one change under MB6 purchase of, excuse me, MB7, I'm sorry. Yeah, MB7, where it says reaffirm, I think we should remove reaffirm because it was never voted on.
That was.
No, it wasn't.
Was too.
I watched that meeting. It was there was a motion, a support, there was no vote. So it's not reaffirming. It's just the appointment.
In my opinion, we did take care of it, and it was a reappointment.
No, the minutes say that it was carried, so I didn't watch the meeting though.
No, I'm talking about, it's saying reaffirm. We're not reaffirming, we're just appointing. Reaffirming would mean that we affirmed it in the first, but there was no vote in the first.
Well, our intention was to appoint him at that meeting.
Correct.
Did you look at the meeting?
Yeah, there was no vote.
Okay. All right, then I'm fine with that.
With that change, I'll make a motion to approve it as amended.
For support?
Support.
Sworn? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Presentations, guest speakers, I don't think we have any tonight. Public comment, anybody that needs to comment, go to the podium, your name and address, please.
My name is Lydia Fletcher, 5177 Point Drive. I'm here regarding the water issue with the water main issue, not sharing the ordinance that was in place 25 years ago. The township never, they failed to fix it at the time the ordinance went through. Now all of a sudden they're asking us to fix it at our own expense, but it should have been done 25 years ago when the township put the ordinance through. And now you want me to pay $7,000. Well, I feel it's your responsibility because you failed to do it 25 years ago when someone else owned the house. Meanwhile, there's been numerous owners since then and nobody's been contacted to fix it. Also, and I know everybody here wants to have great neighbors, and I have a great neighbor. But when you pit me against my neighbor because one of the neighbors is going to cost $1,200, maybe less money, and the other one's going to spend $7,000, that has the issue between the two neighbors, because who picks what neighbor to go for the full line and which one gets to keep the old line? I don't know who picks it. And they didn't, we never, all of a sudden, I believe they picked my neighbor, I don't know. But who picks it and why do they pick it that way?
Is this a shared water line?
Yes. Yes.
But I feel that the township should pay for the new line because they failed to implement the ordinance at the time it was put in place.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I don't know if you need this, but this is the estimate from Duluth for $7,100 to put the line through.
Yeah, we saw that. All right, thank you.
My name is Mike Selleck. I'm representing 4625 Chamberlain. My mother-in-law lives there. I'm a part-time resident on the title of the house. And I'm also here about the water line concerns. And I'm going to go a little bit more on the timeline. Our house was built in 1955. John is our neighbor. Couple quick things. Blaine wrote with Sharpie marker that he installed a new water meter in April of 2015. We bought our house in 2019. 2024, you guys came in, put the new water main in. Very nice, very good. But since the water main's been in, one of my concerns is now my ditch does not drain. It's been filled in, plugged up, and we just have no drainage. Kind of wondering who does own the water, who has the water line? Does John's side have the water line? Does ours? Because we've heard conflicting stories. And then we received a violation. Well, what did we violate? We weren't sure. So my questions were, when were our houses originally connected to the East China water system? When was ordinance 453-26C enacted? When did we become in violation? And who has the water line to the house? Because it doesn't seem like the township really knows. So as far as we know, we both have a water line. And I'd like to know when my ditch can be restored to pre-2024 to allow the water to flow out of my ditch. Because just today, as I got up here, I measured the water in my ditch is 9 inches, and it just doesn't go away now. Always worked fine prior to the water main. So I just like to find out when I can get that stuff fixed and how we can try and work with getting this water line connection or violation. But as far as I can tell, we're not really in violation. Like I said, we've only been there since 2019, so I don't know when all this stuff happened. So, yeah, we'd just like to try and find out how we can work to a resolution on this.
Okay, thank you. We'll take the water line thing under advisement. We're working on that right now to try and figure something out with that.
Okay.
The ditch, I know the contractor's in town now doing some more restoration, so we'll make sure that that's on the list.
And Mr. Loper's been by, and we showed him, but, you look, there's water on my side, John's side, there's nothing, but the restoration, it's like they raised the elevation in their ditch to block the water to drain through, so, yeah, but I'd like to
I know they're in town doing restoration now,
Yeah,
trying to close out the contract, so.
I'd like to have them look at it and appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Are you here for the same thing? Second?
Oh, my God.
Are we allowed to ask questions or just state a?
If it's something simple, we can answer it, but most of it, we can have to find the answer for you and get back. On the water line thing, we're kind of working on that right now with the
That's
asset
what it is,
committee.
water line issue, yeah. John McDonald, 4619 Chamberlain. Like Mike and I have been talking about for quite a while now, and I've talked to Dwayne a few times. Nice gentleman, too, so whoever's his boss, he's doing a good job. I don't understand how we can be in violation of anything. I was a licensed contractor with the state of Michigan for over 50 years, never had a violation in my life. I get this letter, and that's all I can see. I see that, and I say, I never made a violation. If I had thought anything of that, I'd have fixed it myself. I have all the equipment to fix this water line. When it was tore up last year, if somebody would have said something about it, we could have fixed it right then. And it wouldn't cost nearly as much. But no one said anything. I've had 3 people from your township come to my house and tell me they were measuring to get a price that you're going to take care of it. 3 different people. Okay, fine. Then I get this letter with the violation. And I'm thinking, I don't want a violation. I worked hard for a long time not to get a violation. And like Mike said, his ditch was fine. There's never any water back up. Now there's backup in his. There's none in mine. And I didn't take the dirt out of mine and put it in his, I promise. I didn't do that. So, but why was this worded like that? Why did they say that we're in violation? This house that was built in 1911, his is 1955. How do you determine who has the water line? No one's been able to tell me that yet. We've been out there testing it. No one's come up with an answer for me. And I'm willing to pay my share, folks. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But now the violation's got to go. It's got to go. No one here even owned these houses when this violation was created. So how can you guys say that we did that? I mean, it's just not right. for any of them, but especially for somebody who worked hard for a long time not to have a violation. So,
No, I think we've all inherited this problem. I think you, as homeowners, didn't know there was a shared line or wasn't aware it was an issue. We didn't realize there's shared lines out there, but the ordinance says you got to each have your own line. So we're in a matter of trying to clean things up to make sure it's all consistent. We're trying to do that too, but at the same time, you're probably not even aware that that existed. So we're taking a look at it now and trying to come up with a better solution for you.
no, yeah, exactly. And like I said, I talked to Dwayne before Christmas, and I just stated the same thing I'm telling you folks right now. Take the violation out of there, take that word out of there, and I don't think anybody thinks they're going to slap in the face. I thought it was a slap in the face. You're in violation. But we didn't create that violation. We're only the second owners of that home.
Yeah, somebody when they originally did it allowed them to do a shared service, and that wasn't probably allowed even then, but it happened, unfortunately, and you're not the only one, and that's,
Oh, yeah, I have no problems
we're
with
trying to
that.
fix all of that. We have multiple issues that, easement infraction, incursions and stuff they built on top of our water main and that stuff too, so we're trying to fix all that stuff. So this is part of it, but we're gonna get together in the asset group and try to come up with a better solution for you.
Yeah, we have a shared driveway, and we had to sign so that they could use the driveway, share the driveway. Okay, it's the only thing they can do. There's not room for them to have a driveway, so, okay, fine. No issues. No issues about it. I've never been here before.
Yeah.
I never talked to anybody about anything. I actually didn't even know where I was supposed to go when I went and talked to Dwayne first time. And like I said, I thought it could have been fixed in the second letter, but it wasn't. Still in violation. And the people that I've talked to on our street that are upset, it's all about that wording, that term, violation. I mean, we're all adults, we should be able to work this out without somebody pointing the finger at somebody and saying, you're in violation. We're not. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
But we
I
just need to be fixed.
understand. I understand. All right, thank you. Okay. Consent agenda, C1, we have financial reports. The C2 is departmental reports. C3 is the historical commission meeting minutes for April of 2025. And the C4 is the St. Clair Area Fire Authority run report for April of 2025. Any questions? If not,
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll support.
moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Disperse this one.
Payroll, $37,067.93. Accounts payable, $207,480.81. EFTs, $64,493.84. E-checks, $302.30. Invoices, $71,445.55. For a total of $380,790.43. I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any comments, questions? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebuk?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Smith, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Thank you. Well, business, sewer ordinance amendment, the second reading. I'm going to read the additions to this, and then it's an ordinance number 331, 3rd Township of East China. Ordinance to amend Code of Ordinances on Chapter 453, the water and sewers. Under 453F, addition, this is the language that's been added. Operation, maintenance, and construction. The property owner is responsible for operation, maintenance, and construction of the building sewer from the inside the building to the right-of-way, road easement line, or Y connection, whichever is first. Number 2, where there is no existing building sewer, the property owner is responsible for the installation of the Y connection in the building sewer. Number 3, the township shall be responsible for the operation and maintenance of the public sewer, including the Y connection and portions of the building sewer within the right-of-way or road easement line. Number 4 is the property owner is responsible for routine maintenance, cleaning, root cutting, etc., from the building to the sewer main line. If the property owner discovers structural deficiencies, they must provide CCTV documentation to the township so the township can determine if repairs are needed. The township is responsible for the repair and replacement of the structural failures of that portion of the building sewer that is within the right-of-way unless caused by the property owner or his or her contractors or agents. And 5, if an obstruction or defect originating in the property owner's building drain, or building sewer obstructs or impedes operation of the township sanitary sewer, the property owner shall be responsible for all costs associated with the repair or replacement of the township sanitary sewer pipe, as determined necessary by the township. And number 6, if a recurring obstruction or defect is discovered within the property owner's building, drain, or building sewer, the property owner shall be required to repair or replace the defective pipe segment per township specifications. And under 453-8, the sewer use regulations, under A1, subpart A, the last sentence is being struck as it was provided, however, a reasonable amount of groundwater leakage into the basements, once inside the basement, may be drained from the sanitary sewer. That's omitted. And under C, same thing, the last section, hereby, as well as any unreasonable or excessive basement drainage, notwithstanding the above provision allowing reasonable amount of drainage once said groundwater is inside the basement, is stricken and removed from the ordinance as well. Other than that, that is the changes for 453 water and sewers. Comments, questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve that as presented. And
Do you want to offer that as a motion
Sure.
to adopt?
Yep.
Once you read it? I'll support that.
Comments, questions? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call, Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebuk?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Thank you. New business 1, budget amendment for funds 642. The fund was closed, as you know, and we're reassigning the 642 account numbers to the general fund. This is on the advice of our new accountant and our new auditor. And we're just putting this through to make sure this is done at the board action to cover our bases, if you will. So we're going to approve the action to transfer all 642 accounts to the general fund 101 accounts as shown in the attached report. So I make a motion to approve this as presented.
Support.
Okay. Any comments, questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Business 2 is galvanized service replacements. These are the ones that were required to change by, it's a date that's out there a little bit, but we've budgeted so many a year, and this is part of that. We did award a previous one to this contractor to kind of see how it went, and it went really well. So we'd like to go ahead and continue with their services, as they are, significantly cheaper, to do the 4 that you see attached here. This isn't, again, it's been budgeted for. The GL number is in there too. It's for 620 Shady Lane, 2136 Sinclair Highway, 5131 Bryson Lane, and 5174 Lavely Lane. Those are replaced galvanized because they could have been lead at one time. It's required by the state of Michigan to do this. I make a motion we approve HDD services for $14,199 to perform that work.
I'll support.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Not, clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call, Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebuk?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Smith, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Okay, announcements. Parks Appreciation Day, Saturday, May 31st, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're taking all volunteers that would like to do that. Bringing rakes, gloves, etc. Snacks and beverages are provided. Worker volunteers. I have one other announcement I'd like to make. It's dated May 13th of 2025 to myself, Vern Westrick, East China Township Supervisor. Vern, the purpose of this letter is to provide you with my 30-day notice of resignation. I want to thank the entire Board of Trustees and staff for the past 7 years of opportunities and challenges. My last day will be Friday, June 13th, 2025. This notice complies with the terms of my employment agreement and also for the 50% payout of the PTO balance as that date, June 13th, 2025, which will be provided to you on June 12th, 2025. So, respectively, Cynthia Paparelli, Township Manager. Okay, that's all I have for announcements. Comments, anybody? I'll start with Pat.
No.
Okay. Sandy?
I just wanted to mention something that came up since our last meeting. If you recall, in February, we had the homeowners up there in Boulder Creek that ended up having a spigot froze, and they didn't know the water was running, and they had like a $1,200 bill. Well, the next quarter had additional expenses. What were they? Let me see here. It was like another $1,600 worth of water and sewer that went through. I asked her if she wanted to. I said, unfortunately, it's going to go under the same rules that we had the last time we had to deny it. But if she wanted to fill out a sewer credit request, she could. She said, no, I'm not going to go that route again. But I said I would share it with the board that this did happen. It continued past where we found it and try to make the correction, but that's all. I just wanted to make the board aware of that.
Okay, thank you. Just a couple comments. I'm very saddened to see our township manager be leaving. So going to present
I agree.
a big hole for us, and we're going to have maybe a work session at the next meeting to discuss what our options are going to be to replace the township manager. We also need to talk about goals and objectives to finish that. And also maybe we can add this to the agenda as well, Sandy, about possibly placing a cap on lost water or something like that. As you know, you may have not remembered, I voted no on both of those. I think that we should be doing something for these people. A $3,000 water bill because something broke in their house or a toilet that you don't know that you have.
Spigot.
It's crazy. And let's be honest, we lose literally millions of gallons a year in water through our water main system. That's unaccounted for. And to charge a full retail rate for a leak like that, to me, just doesn't make sense. And I think that we should at least discuss it at a board level to do something different about it. Whether it's a cap on the bill of, all right, yeah, it's bad, and forgive the sewer great, but we should cap the bill at something. And I don't know, whatever that is.
Or at least be able to
I think
offer
it
the
deserves
sewer
a
credit.
conversation again. So
I agree.
And so possibly at the next board meeting, we need to have a work session, and I'm going to maybe send an email out, seeing if you guys are available, what time we can do that. But we need to look at all those items. Thank you. You got anything?
No.
Jim?
No, not for me.
Ellen?
I got a lot of questions, but the letter from Tracy that we got today, where does that leave us with that situation?
The letter, I'm sorry, say it again?
From Tracy, on Little, that property.
Dwayne, do you know exactly when the date was supposed to be that she had to have a permit?
She's met that requirement.
Yeah. She does have the permit now?
She's applied for the permit.
Okay.
I think that was the stipulation.
Yeah.
I did see some papers.
They'll have to pull a permit, and then I believe it was 180 days to complete the construction. You see that she's disputing the cost of the repairs. Well,
Yep.
we've done that according to the books of the way the state of Michigan allows us to do that, and it's so much per square foot for those renovations. So that's done properly and according to code and according to the books.
Yep.
That's unfortunately, that's the price you pay.
Right.
If she can get it done for that, great. But after that point, we don't care. She has 180 days to get it done,
Yep.
and whatever it costs. So
Yep.
that's where that's at.
Okay. Okay. Park Commission board packets, are we able to get those packets printed prior to the meeting? Because it's something that was brought up at our last meeting. We get them like the night of, and so people like me that like to read things.
what one?
The Park Commission, their agenda packet. I
Prior
was
to their
wondering if we-
meeting?
Yeah.
You're
if we could
requesting?
get
Those
it-
are out back right now.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get the information from them
Right, yeah.
sometimes in time
No,
to do that, so.
Yeah, I get it, yeah. One of the things under I believe it was one of the reports, but communication with the public and use of social media, I think that we should utilize that because the sign, the website, people don't really read that stuff. I think people my age are more on social media. Like back in the day, it was newspapers and stuff like that, but now most people aren't.
That would require someone to have to monitor that the whole time and police that, and that's just something that, yeah, we could talk about it at the work session if we want, but honestly,
I mean, you can set it up.
business has conducted, websites and assign alerts people to that thing, and they, if you need to conduct business with the township, that would be the way to do it, not contact social media.
I mean, as an example, the school district, they have where you're not able to comment anymore, so I mean, you don't have to worry about a bunch of crazy stuff. You don't have to monitor it really, you just put it out there and then people can like it or whatever, but follow it, and then.
What were you asking for? I'm
But
sorry.
just as an example, like the Parks Appreciation Day and, the locomotive for the donations, the picnic and stuff like that, like people, they don't know about it. I mean, they until after the fact, they hear about it and then it's like, oh, it's like that was going on. And people, like last year for the picnic, like a lot of people were like, oh, I would have went if I knew about it, but people don't read the paper or whatever anymore. I mean, some people do, but most people don't.
But the meetings are televised. They should.
Yeah,
listen to that
not
and
everybody
then-
has cable though.
Yeah, we can talk about that again if you need to.
You mean put more,
Put it
most of
on
this
our
information
Facebook page.
is on our website. You're saying add additional means of,
Yeah,
in what way?
I mean.
Beyond our website? I don't know. Website, newsletter, our sign out front? I mean, I'm just trying to.
I would say Facebook, Nextdoor, a couple of
Okay.
different, a lot of older people are on Nextdoor, but, yeah.
Our township doesn't have Facebook page. I know that. Officially.
But who would monitor that if we decided? I mean,
That's a
that
whole
would
nother
have to
thing
be a
in itself.
discussion, because we
Yeah.
could say, oh yeah, we'll do Facebook. Well, then when it comes down to it, who's going to monitor it?
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's the
mean,
problem.
It's a whole nother
It's just,
thing in
it's just
itself.
the whole thing that you go where people are and it's like, it's, I don't know, people aren't hearing about stuff, so.
I'm not on Facebook. I added that to that list of things we can talk about at the meeting
Okay.
session then.
All right, and then who wrote the DPW report? There was no name on it.
What does it say on there? I would imagine our new DPW supervisor.
yeah.
Okay. And then, on the issue that was brought up during public comment, I mean, after the last SAD that happened with River Road, I mean, you guys know my opinion. I think that stuff should be grandfathered in after, I mean, we set a precedent with that, obviously, but I think it's a big mess. I mean, it's just, we're charging people for things that, in my opinion, I don't know if it's, and I don't know what the legalese is of it, it looks pretty bad, but anyway, the only other thing that I have, at the last meeting, there was something added at the last second again, and I think that needs to stop. I think that unless prior knowledge of it, which, I mean, I guess that kind of was, but it was claimed that was something that we found out at the last second, but really it wasn't. And so I think that from here forward, I'm not going to vote for anything that's brought at the last second unless it's something that's an emergency. But I think that we need to, it's just not professional, in my opinion, but anyway.
Okay, but you also have to consider the fact that packets will go out and are done, put together on Thursday. So things are gonna happen in the township between Thursday afternoon and Monday night meeting.
But I found out about it at 7 o'clock. I mean, that's something that we knew 2 weeks in advance of that meeting, so.
Actually, it was in the morning, she wouldn't accept the minutes, so. But anyway, okay, thank you. Is there anything else? Not, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Just support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.